The GMC Sonoma is part of a demographic of pickup trucks I would absolutely love to see make a comeback. The true compact pickup at an entry level price point that just does the work. These things were amazing work trucks, and there's a lot of them still on the road doing their job today. Over the years, General Motors made a couple special edition versions of these trucks, and today we're going to talk about one of my favorites, the Sonoma GT. That's right, we're talking about the 1992 GMC Sonoma GT, aka the poor man's Syclone, because this was a sport truck package, not some crazy performance variant like what the Syclone was. So these trucks were made to mimic the looks of a Syclone, but they just didn't have the performance or the price tag for that matter. This special edition was produced by GMC, but the final trim actually went through Production Automotive Services, or PAS, in Michigan. Something kind of crazy is they supposedly only made 806 of these trucks. So this is a very limited production run. So like I said before, this was more of a sport truck package, not really performance oriented. So it did come with the tried and true trusty L35 4.3 liter V6, making about 195 horsepower and 260 foot-pounds of torque. It's also important to note here while we're talking about the drivetrain, this was not all-wheel drive like the Syclone. So like I said, this was a sport truck package, right? So you still got Bilstein shocks and you got upgraded suspension from stock as well. One thing that I do find really neat about this package is that they retained the truck's functionality, but you still got the performance look of the Syclone. So you still got your factory towing and payload ratings with the Sonoma GT. So let's talk about the exterior of the truck here for a second. What did you get with the Sonoma GT? Well, you got Sonoma GT badging, which is pretty neat. You got front and rear bumpers that were shared with the Syclone, and then you got Syclone-inspired body kit or cladding or whatever you want to call it all around the truck. My absolute favorite thing about the Sonoma GT, though, was all the different color combinations you could get because everybody has different flavors that they like. I really love that blue and silver color or the red and silver, but there's people that like different things. They even had a green color. It didn't look that bad on these things, which is pretty cool. On the inside of the truck, these things are actually pretty nice for when they were made. You got bucket seats on the inside, you got Sonoma GT written there on the glove box, and then you also got the same gauge cluster for the most part as the Syclone, less obviously the boost gauge. And there you have it, the GMC Sonoma GT, a fun little sport truck package meant to mimic the looks of a Syclone, less the performance and the price, mostly. But the good news is you still get to use this thing like a pickup truck.